Well, welcome back everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. So as you can see today, we are finally back out in the pole barn house. And boy, a few of y'all have been giving me a hard time on why have I not been out here working on this thing. There has actually been a legitimate reason why. I'll tell you about it. So for starters, no, I did not start building ice makers for a living. The channel blew up on that. Hey, you got to strike while the iron's hot. It's a fun project, but I am not allowing the ice maker projects to take time away from the house build. And the thumbnail that you just seen, what do you think about that? It was almost a joke, but it's actually not a joke at all. It's 100% serious. But you watch a lot of these other channels that I'm quitting YouTube or I'm tearing it all down or blah, 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 blah. Boy, are they clickbait as heck. Thought I'd slip one out there kind of more for a goof and fun, but it's 100% serious. So yes, we're tearing some stuff out today. No, I haven't went in the ice maker business, and we are getting back on the house. I have not been allowed to work on the house the last few days, in a sense. A decision I made with others. We got a lot of talking to do. We'll do some explaining, then we'll get to work. So as y'all have seen on the last few build videos, this is where I have been spending a lot of time, up here in this very large attic. So I've been spending time looking out at this view, those windows, downstairs, and contemplating life's little questions. I've also been reading your comments and really taking them to heart. Actually, I started thinking about something before y'all started even commenting on it. But some of y'all, a couple of y'all, hit the nail on the head. So the more I've been spending time up here and realizing there's an actual legitimate amount of room, more than I really need in an attic. We're mighty far in the build, house plans are done, engineering's done, but what could we possibly put a room up here? So that's what's been going on the last few days. I reached out to my engineer. He stopped a project. I appreciate him doing that. Calculated a bunch of numbers for me. We've been chatting back and forth. I'll share some of those details later for live loads, dead loads, you know, the PSF ratings for what a floor can handle. And we found out we can make a usable living space up here. But, there's a big but. We're still in the middle of crunching numbers now with our architect. Boy, there's a lot to this. So I've had to stop. I did not get full permission to go ahead and re-engineer this front half where we're thinking about putting an office or some sort of small living space, light duty living space, I should say. So we reached out to the architect. He's been crunching a bunch of numbers. Turns out that code requires there is a certain amount of headroom. It's almost like a volume calculation. So because the roof slopes down, you have too low of headroom over here. I have higher than what's recommended headroom right here. So you actually take a average of it and calculate almost a head height volume space here. It's very weird, something beyond what I do. This is what the architects and engineers do. So we asked for a certain size room up here, and the architect has come back at the moment and says, I'm not sure that we can meet your full demands. I'm still crunching the numbers, so I'm getting ahead of myself in this video, but he's back talking with the engineer on qualifications and again, still crunching those head height numbers. So he's already given me a room size that is 100% will fit, no questions asked. They're still working out some of the other specifics and details. So I've got boards laid out for that room size, and Tiffany and I have come up here, we've been discussing. We've decided that even if we have to go with the smallest room that they're going to allow, it's only going to potentially get bigger from here. It's worth the investment of time, money, and some tear out. Yes, we have to do some tear out. I'll carry you back downstairs in just a second and tell you about that. But let me show you what we've got going on up here and the possibilities. I'm actually quite excited about it, even though it's costing more money and time. Lord, I've got to be careful. Wasp nest there. And a really good wasp nest up there. Time for the spray, my friends. Don't feel like getting tore up today. So here is the vision or plan. You've got this huge 12-foot expanse from about right here to about right here. I'm thinking about walling off here, making a full back wall, and then still having a very large attic. And guess what? New attic access. A lot of people are like, you're not going to enjoy that. That's okay. We're still going to keep that. It's already framed in, ready to go. It'd be nice to come out of the closet and throw shoe boxes up there, gun boxes, things like that. But now we're talking about having an actual miniature door right here, but a real door nonetheless for attic access. So imagine that this is all walled off on this side of this truss, and look at this expansive space that we have now. Now where you see these 2x8s that I've put up here, as of right now, we have permission to build a room this size, 12 by 13 feet. They're crunching some numbers. We may be able to go up to 14.5 or potentially all the way up to 21 feet, which is what we requested. Because 21 feet will actually put the edge of the room over here at this 4-foot mark. So head height would be right here. You would hit your head there, but it'd be awesome to put a little, futon or day bed or some sort of bed. This is actually qualified for weighted living space after we tear out and make some modifications. We'll talk about that in a second. But regardless of the fact, this is a big room. 12 by 13 is good usable space. It'd make an awesome YouTube office. I'm really wanting an office. And look at the view. Keep in mind, as you look out those windows, there's going to be a deck out there, a pool, then you have the yard. So as I'm sitting down here at my office chair and my computer, oh, I would really love to have that view. And a lot of y'all have mentioned that. That would be awesome. Plus, it'd be nice to have an extra sleeping space for guests. Eventually plan on adding on the back side of the house, but this has been such an expensive project, we're tapped out. We're absolutely tapped out. All right, so what about downstairs? How would all this work? Because this wasn't originally factored or planned in. And I should back up and say, we originally had one other set of house plans fully complete that had a loft, but it was a slightly different style house than this, but almost the same identical bottom floor plan. We just took that out, decided to do a pole barn house for various reasons, which we've discussed on the channel. And here we are. So can we make this work? We think we can. We've been out here a lot. These boards are all laid out on the floor for reasons. We've been laying out couches, stairs, everything else. That's what we need to discuss right now. Stairs. How the heck are we gonna get up there? So it just so happens over here is enough room on this big pantry wall to do a set of stairs. Basically, you would have a landing platform right about here. Stairs would come down to here, and you would enter them from this side. Over here is where the TV is going. You'll have couches that come back through here. It looks like it's doable. It'll work. Actually, we're probably gonna put one couch, like a love seat for guests, up near the stairs. So you enter the stairs, you walk up, and now there is your room. I don't know if y'all can see these boards. Oh, it's so hard to see. I don't know if y'all can see the boards right there and over there. That would be the edge of the room. So basically there'd be a wall here. That'll be all left open for loft. We'd have railing across other than where you come up with the stairs. Obviously railing around the stairs, and it would be open looking downstairs. And we want to leave exposed beams. That's the whole part of building a pole barn. We want to leave these exposed. We're doing tongue and groove pining here, so the thought is just to carry it on upstairs. We think it would look really, really good. Obviously, there's the other edge of the wall if it goes up right here, and this would be regular wall right there. All right, now for the big question. What am I talking about tearing out? Well, here's the issue. Because the house was not originally designed with living live loads upstairs, 2x8 24-inch on center will not support that weight. It'll support a small attic weight, which is what it's engineered for. So I asked the engineer, could I potentially do 2x8s, 12 inches on center, doubling up everything that you're seeing right here, only for the first 12 feet. So it would stop on this side of this 6x6. So we'd put another floor joist there, there. I think it's 6 of them if I remember adding correctly. So here's the issue. I've already got blocking, flooring down, everything, all with ring shank nails, and you're not getting them out. So I think I can come back, notch out the insides of these, slide 2x8s from the other side, but I cannot do it going back this direction. So luckily I've only got 2 runs of blocking over here that I will have to figure out. I may have to tear completely out, nip off the nails. Yes, it's going to be aggravating, but now is the time to do it. Now is absolutely the last opportunity to do this. So we see an opportunity, spend a few extra $1,000s now to get basically an extra bedroom, an office, extra living space that's worth more than a few $1,000s, or down the road, no way to do it. Everything will be sheetrock walled in. You can't get joist in. Wish we had decided this 2-3 weeks ago, but on plans, the headroom upstairs just didn't look possible. It didn't look like there was any living space. Now that I've been up there working the last few days, looking around, oh, it's absolutely possible. It's not true living space as far as good feeling head height, a second story of a home, but for a cute little loft, for an office, for somebody to crash for the night if they need to stay, it's more than doable. It's over 8 foot head height at the peak there. I think it's 8'2" if I remember correctly. So you can walk around a long ways before a 5 foot something or 6 foot head would ever touch the ceiling. It'll absolutely work. Now is the time to do it. We've decided to move forward, do a little tearing out, spend a little extra money. I think it's a proper, wise investment, no more than we'll have in this. Yes, it's going to take a little extra time now. It will delay me getting toward drying the house in, but I think it is the right decision, right choice to make. So now the game plan is, and what we'll get into this episode, I probably just did 10 minutes of talking, but I think it was worth explaining why videos have been delayed, what's going on. I think we're going to go ahead and start marking out the center of all these. I have some ideas how we can cut up, then I can hacksaw the rest away, notch out, and I'm hoping and praying we can knock these up, those nailers, and slide joist in from this direction. So obviously we're going to have to remove all this blocking. This is going to be a very fun project. Not really. All right, so I just looked at the time and realized how long this video already is. I usually never do vlog videos or just talking, but I think I'm going to keep this one just that way. Y'all deserve an update. You've been asking for an update. What the heck has been going on? So now I can quickly release this video, let you know, and I think I'm going to turn around and start my video today on the construction. That way we don't wind up with a super long video, and I can get this edited out to you quick. Hopefully it's exciting news for you. It's exciting for us. House plans have just changed, absolutely for the better. We are now officially going to have what is somewhat of a 2-bedroom house, the way it should be, and it doesn't cost us any extra space requirements. Some of y'all also may be asking, because y'all like the nuts and bolts and details, hey, this changes your efficiency plan, your energy plan, everything. No, a lot of y'all have asked, how are we insulating this house? We are spray foaming the entire roof and exterior walls, doing icing, the best stuff you can do. We've wanted to do that since day one. It's super hot Florida. We don't want an AC running all the time. We want to build a cooler essentially. So the beautiful thing about that is when I worked with an engineer that did our thermal efficiency form or energy efficiency form so we could pull a building permit, he said because we're spraying the entire roof, the attic space was already factored in as conditioned space. So this changes absolutely nothing other than I may put a vent or two up there. That's the beauty of the walls the way they are too. I'll have vents blowing out into the room now. May turn one right in, but as this room is cool, so is that room because it's technically part of it. So some of y'all may be curious about that. And a lot of people have been asking the last few days how we're going to insulate. So I'll keep up with your questions. And if I see a common theme of questions, we may do a little vlog video once a week or once every couple of weeks, answer those questions. And the majority of the videos are going to be building. That's what we love doing on this channel. So hopefully you enjoyed the yakking, the talking. I'm about to go edit this, get it out to you so y'all can see what's going on. Then I'm getting to work. We're going to do some tear out over the next few days. Please keep in mind, I still have not got my official size measurements and all from the architect. I actually have from the engineer, so I feel confident and comfortable going ahead and tearing out. No matter what room size we do, we have to do 12-inch on center joist, so I can move forward with that portion until I get official plans and make the addendum, which I can never say, with the building inspector's office. I can't go further as far as room build upstairs, but we can go ahead and finish the attic out, start raising walls, moving toward drying in. We're not officially going to finish this room or stairs probably until I'm dried in. I'll just keep climbing up the ladder. I've got to get this house dried in. This is already going to delay me a few days. I don't want to get delayed anymore. Enough talking. I've been rambling on a while. Thank y'all for listening. Hopefully you're enjoying the channel.